Hey everyone, I've got so much gardening stuff going on right now that I really just wanted to go ahead and show off some of it. And Sweeney wants to say hi. Say hi, Sweeney. Hi, Sweeney. You're such an attention hog. Okay, back to the plants. Okay, I've got some sweet potatoes and they are rooting. You can see the little roots. Hope you can see that. And went to Walmart and bought some metal trays, and these trays were a 2-pack with lids for like less than $3. So I would, if you got some seed mix already, or just some, you know, I'm using topsoil mixed with sand mixed with peat moss. It's working great. So if you've got that, you can definitely put that in these bins and little greenhouses. You don't have to buy the expensive Jiffy ones unless you see the Jiffy ones on sale, and they're cheaper than this too. This one I've got to fill up with dirt soon. I'm going to put beetroots and comfrey in this one, I think, or Good King Henry, which is a spinach substitute, which is pretty cool. This one I planted perpetual spinach in the top part. I've got a little chopstick dividing it to remind me, and the bottom half is perennial arugula. And I've just got some green onion that I chopped the tops off and put them back in dirt, so they're growing back, which is awesome. And this one, I don't know if you can see, two tiny little sprouts. Those are lilikoi or passion fruit vines, and I'm hoping to get those guys going really good around here. This one has some really tiny seedlings. I don't even know if you can see. They're supposed to be feverfew, but I'm still waiting to see what they're gonna do. And then these are moringa trees, and these are awesome little trees. Just Google moringa tree and you'll come up with all kinds of things. They just sprouted recently, and they're literally growing like weeds. I heard that they grow really fast and can be incredibly just ungainly to take care of. But I planted 15 seeds and 14 are now up. The one in the very back is the only one that isn't sprouted yet, but I have confidence that he probably will. He'll catch up to the rest. But I mean, literally this one in front sprouted 2 days ago, and it's already over an inch tall. So this is like so cool. But anyway, this is what I have inside, and just wanted to go over this. And I've got them all under a grow light. It's a shop light with 2 grow bulbs in it. And I'll also take y'all outside to show you some plants that I just got earlier this morning. Oh, and I just wanted to also share that if you're like me and you don't want to pay $4 for a large pot, $4 to sometimes $24 for a large pot, these are waste pails. Even the color ones, they're waste pails, and look, they have handles, so that's really awesome for, you know, using for a potted plant. I drilled some holes in the bottom and they are going to work wonderful. So these definitely look more like waste pails because they're kind of oval, but hey, they work, and they're deep, so if I have a plant with a taproot, I can put that in them. And literally these were at Walmart for 97 cents, and these were at Old Time Pottery for I think $3.99. So that was really good. That was less than the plastic pots that they had that were already 40% off. So that was really cool. So now I will take you outside and show you the rest of my plants. Okay, so excuse the mess. I've been throwing pots around and all kinds of stuff. My peat moss and my sand. I've been mixing it with some topsoil I ordered in the bucket. We've got these little sticks, and they aren't much right now, but I ordered from directgardening.com 4 cherry bushes. They're not trees, they're just bushes, and they're supposed to be really easy to propagate and, well, not propagate, to grow, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how they do. These two are, let's see, this one and this one. These, I guess they gave me 3, are gooseberries. They're the Pixwell gooseberries. I've heard they're not the best tasting of the varieties, which I didn't know before I ordered them. But they are gooseberry. I've never tried a gooseberry, so that'll be interesting. And then these two are 2 slightly different varieties of elderberry. You'll have to excuse the motorcycles in the background. There's some people riding around today since it's so nice out. This pot, I actually did go ahead and spend the money to get this pot at Old Time Pottery. It was 40% off of $9.99, so not so bad. Almost $6, you know. So this is a banana, and I've never grown a banana before, but I ordered one, and he's itty bitty, and you can see next to my hand, he's itty bitty. So I hope he grows fast. And I hope he'll be a good size by the time I have to move him in the wintertime. And then also, these came a while back, but I've been trying to just keep them alive and see if they grow anymore. These are goji berry bushes, and I've got one there and one there. I've got 2 more in another pot. And just to continue on down this way, got catnip in the background, but also have ginger root, and I did not know that this is what ginger root looked like, so this is pretty cool. The leaves also smell and taste like ginger, so a little more green tasting, but they do, you can use them just like the root, pretty much. This little guy, I'm going to have to move him into a bigger pot so that maybe he'll grow some more, but this is turmeric. The root I had was from the Swamp Rabbit Grocery and Cafe, and they had some that was organically grown, so I grabbed a root and I decided to stick it in the ground and see what came up. And the leaves have a nice smell to them, just like the ginger. They're a bit similar, except for this one has much more rounded leaves, and they're alternating rather than almost side by side. These are a little bit alternating, but not very much. They're pretty much symmetrical. And then over here in these 3 red pots, I have a male kiwi and 2 females. I got those from directgardening.com, and those look pretty good. Their leaves are a little, they worry me a little bit. Ooh. A little bit dried out from the traveling, so I hope they'll bounce back. They're probably just in a bit of a shock right now. The male's doing great. The 2 females have probably seen better days, but that's alright. I'm sure they'll bounce back. I may just need to put them in the shade for a little bit, or they may just need a couple days to acclimate. So, and in these 2, also from directgardening.com, I'm not really plugging them, but they were such a neat site for me to find. I feel like, you know, if you want to check them out, you can. These are pomegranate bushes. I know they can become trees, but I'm going to try to keep them trimmed to where they're bush size, so they're definitely not going to get any taller than me, which will be helpful in harvesting them and picking them. So hopefully I can keep them kind of trained. But that's about it right now. I've got to get these others. They're still soaking in the bucket because they were in dormant state, and they say to soak the roots for about, you know, a couple hours to a day. So I'm doing that before I plant them out in any soil. I want to put them in pots before I put them in the ground, make sure they're doing okay, because it gets really hot here in the daytime. And if I put them in the ground and they start not to do well because of the heat, then I don't have the option to pull them in anymore. So I want to I want to keep them in pots. But anyway, so these are all my plants, and at least the ones that I ordered. And why don't I take y'all out to the garden and show you what I've got growing there. Yeah, believe it or not, this is not it. I kind of went crazy, but just wanted to show you these first, and I'll show you what else I got going. Okay, so we're out here at the garden. Just give y'all an overview. I built these boxes. My husband helped me put them together, but they're in a S pattern, so they go back and forth. I got to do some weeding in the center there just to open that path back up, but I can still walk in there. These two are tomatillos. I've never grown them before, and they're such a neat plant. Let me find some of the... See, they're starting to make tomatillos. These little lanterns are so cool. I don't have a flower. All the flowers have kind of closed up for the day, but they're yellow. I don't know if you can try to see. Nope. I can't get a good look at them. But they're yellow, and they have purple or like a purplish gray center, which is really neat. Different from tomatoes, but they are in the nightshade family. And then I planted some zucchini. These are just regular zucchini I picked up at the store. This is my green zebra tomato, and you can see the little stripes starting on this. And I didn't have him identified, so I'm glad I can tell from the fruit which one he is. So this is the only one like this I have left. And then this guy I think is a cherry tomato, golden gem. So these will turn yellow and be really sweet. And this is a Corleone Roma, kind of expensive pack of seeds that I got, kind of as an experiment. I'd never bought a specialty hybrid before, and I figured I'd give it a shot. So some more cherries. This stick thing is a lemon balm that has gone completely dormant because of the heat. I'm hoping he'll come back. And these two are German something tomatoes. I can't remember the name. But they are not producing quite as quick as the others, which is a disappointment, but hopefully they'll catch up. And those two are heirloom varieties. And then I've got pickling cucumbers growing on some tomato cages, which I think are perfect. And if you look here, I have a nice sized pickle growing, well, not pickle, cucumber that I can pickle growing there. And then here's some more zucchini that hasn't really produced any fruit yet, just lots of flowers. These over here are bigger than the ones on the other side, so don't really know why. Maybe different sun, but this is supposed to be a hot chili pepper. It hasn't done anything. It's finally bloomed, but man, has it taken a long time. I don't know why it's being so slow. Please excuse the plane flying overhead. And these are sweet banana peppers, and these guys, I bought them when they were already about this big, already starting to produce in the store. They were on sale because they needed to get rid of them because they were, you know, fruiting and everything, and people needed to take them home. So they were a pretty good buy. I've already harvested 3 of these guys. They're in the fridge. I'm gonna pickle those, and we can use them as garnishes for sandwiches and things. And then I planted some pumpkin recently, and these are peas. I don't know if they're gonna do well or not. They're not really liking the heat, and they're not really getting very big, but I'm hoping maybe as it cools down, maybe they'll catch up. I may have to replant them though. And then these are strawberries. I bought them in a box, and I don't really have my strawberry boxes are gonna go right there in kind of a pyramid around that pole. So I didn't have that ready yet. I've still got the wood to put together and everything. It took me a long time to build this box, much more time than I thought. So these strawberries were in a box, and I didn't want them to die, and actually half of them did die. This is just the half that didn't die, because they stayed in the box a little too long. So these guys were on sale. They probably were already kind of in a box for a long time, even at the store. They were on sale, 25 for $6 at parkseed.com. So but I put them in the ground. They were bare roots, no leaves, and they went nuts. And I've always heard they will not produce for you the first time you put them in the ground, and some of them aren't doing so well, but other ones, I mean, goodness, this is fruit. They started blooming and they shocked the heck out of me. So they're doing really good. And then let me take you over. I've planted some raspberry bushes and a couple of blackberry bushes over this way. These are the raspberry bushes. These are thornless, which I'm really liking, because then I can touch them and train them. I eventually want to get maybe some stakes, or maybe some kind of nice trellis for them to grow on. I think that'll be nice. These two on the end are really tall, and this one right here. This one is a bit shorter for some reason, so I hope it catches up. But this is just the first year, or less than a year, that they've been in the ground, so they're doing really good. And these are the blackberries. This one's doing okay. This one's not, it's not great. The one here, it died. It never came up after I planted it. And then this one is having a lot of issues. It keeps, for some reason, drying out. The leaves get very dry. Even though I water it, so I don't know if it's having root problems or if something's getting to it or something else is going on, but this one may end up having to get replaced. I may only have one blackberry bush, so hopefully he'll do okay. I do have some wild blackberries around here, but they never get to be edible. They like dry up in the sun before they get ripe, and if you pick them and try to eat them before then, they will turn your mouth inside out. So most of the time the birds will eat them, if anybody does, but not me. So there's the raspberries, and you know, this whole yard, we have a lot of space. Going to fill it up with edibles, medicinals, and plants that attract pollinators. So I'm going to go ahead and try to do like a food forest. This box will be just for, you know, annual things like the tomatoes and zucchini, squash, the traditional stuff. And then I'm hoping to make the rest of it a much more permanent, perennial vegetables and fruits. And also the last thing, these I planted last year. These are my blueberries. And they are producing a couple little blueberries, but they're not really ripening. They're not really big enough yet, so most of the time I'll pick them off, or even the birds will pick them off. But we have a lot of new growth. Both of these stalks are new growth, which is awesome. And the third one is over here. It's still got some berries. I left some berries on there, but they're not really turning that fast. But all this is new growth. Something's eating it, but I never knew that anything ate blueberry bushes, but something does. Something's munching on it. We've got these little brown beetles that I think they eat just about anything. But they've been everywhere for the past couple months. I think they're having a population explosion. But yeah, I did get to eat one blueberry off that middle bush, and it was really sweet. Didn't have a real strong blueberry flavor, but it was really sweet and I liked it. The rest of these, I don't know if they're going to ripen up before either the birds get them or winter comes, so we'll see. But I hope y'all like the tour. If you have any suggestions for me, I'm more than welcome to them. I'm just kind of puttering through this and learning as I go, so Anybody who's been doing this for a long time, just let me know some tips or some helpful advice, and I appreciate it. Thanks. Goodbye.